Hello, everyone. So, my name is Rock. I'm a business analyst and specialized in restaurant industry at Odoo. So, today we're going to talk about the three common pain points that I can face as a restaurant owner and see how Odoo and its integrated point of sale and accounting application can solve them. So, if you ever worked in Oreca or in a restaurant, you know that it can be a little bit complicated. So, running a restaurant means juggling between services, staff, suppliers, and somehow accounting need to be done on top of that. So, no, sometimes it can make sense that it can be a little bit frustrating, and between the different everything that you have to do. So it all the different payment methods, the codes that you want to create and send, the invoice that you want to create also, or the constant cash in and out movement. So restaurant owners are quite overloaded.
So hi everyone, my name is Thomas. I'm a business analyst working with accounting firm and specializing into accounting. And basically, Rock, I totally understand what you say. Because as an accountant, I'm myself really frustrated working for a restaurant. Because basically, I will not have the possibility to review all of the different flow that are in his restaurant, as I do not have access to all of his software. So basically, my point here is to show you the solution that Odoo can offer you about the integration between the point of sale restaurant application and the accounting application.
Okay, so our goal today is to cut the double work and get a better financial visibility together.
So guys, if you have any question during the demo, please feel free to scan the QR code. It will redirect you to a pad where you can ask your question and we are going to answer them after the presentation. So Rock, let's just not wait and go into the first pain point being losing time. Can you please explain it to me?
Yeah. So this is one of the biggest challenges in Oreca because when you're running a restaurant, you have to use a lot of different tools at the same times. One for the POS, one for the invoicing, another one for the accounting, or even one, let's say an Excel for the cash control. So when I'm at the end of my shift and I have to close the register, it means that I have to export, count, even retype numbers in different places, and it takes hours. And when I'm tired at the end of the night, it's the last thing that I want to do.
Okay, so the solution, Rock, here will be directly to digitalize your points of sales and centralize all your operations seamlessly. As Odoo's application are all interconnected each other. Basically, if you do an operation in your point of sale, it will have an impact on your accounting. And basically, it will be structured with the different payment methods that you have, with the different products that you can do, with the inventory, the staff management, and also at the top of that, the accounting. So in that case, Rock, can you please maybe show me with the first demo how is it handled inside of Odoo?
Yes. So let's start directly at the start of the day. So what I'm gonna first do is open my point of sale. I have to log first with my account. And now Odoo is asking me to control what I have as cash. So I have to count what I have. I will do it and then directly open the register. So now let's directly create an order. So let's say that the customer wants to take a chicken bagel, a chicken salad, and maybe some drinks like a club mate and an homemade iced tea. So they're gonna drink, they're gonna eat, and once they are happy and full, they will pay, obviously. So now let's go into the payment. As you can see here, there is all of my different payment methods: the card, the cash, the meal vouchers, and the customer account. In that case, here the customer wants to pay half in card and half in cash. So I'm gonna directly write the good numbers and then pay with cash. So as you can see here on the right, is my both payment methods are recorded, and now I can validate my order, print the ticket if I need. So in a few clicks, I can create an order and use different payment methods to pay the order. Now, let's imagine that we have an event tonight. For that event, I've created a quotation earlier, a few days back, and now I want to retrieve this quotation. With the POS, I can directly find that quotation in the option, and directly here you see that I'm actually entering the sales application, and I can retrieve the right quotation. Once I download it, it will be displayed directly in the POS. So now, let's say that they want to add some items to that order. Let's say that they want to drink beers, maybe like 50 of them. I'm gonna order it. They're gonna have a good night again, and when it will be the time to leave the place, they will ask for an invoice. Why? Because they want to pay that invoice in a few days, not right now. So I'm gonna go through the payment, and I can see that I've added too much beers. So I'm gonna quickly change that because that's not what they ordered. So I'm gonna change it. That's gonna be better. And I'm gonna load and go inside the payment right now. So as I said, they want the invoice that I can send right now to pay later. So I'm gonna select the customer account. So it will be linked to their customer account, and they will be able to pay anytime they want. Once I validate, the invoice is downloading on my computer and in the same time sent to the customer. All right, so this is the end of the night, and now I have to close my register. So I'm gonna go directly inside my register. So here I can see that I have my different payment methods that I can see. So the cash, the card, the meal voucher, and the customer account. I see everything at one place, and everything is calculated directly. So I don't have to do anything. I only have to do one thing, is to count the cash that I have in my register. I can see that I have more than 2,000 euro. So obviously I'm not gonna I'm gonna take back some cash. So I'm gonna do a cash out, maybe of 2,000 euro. I'm gonna write the reason, bank transfer. Up, and I'm gonna confirm. Now, as you can see, there is way much less cash. I'm gonna count it because I still have to do it. And now I'm gonna use the feature that's gonna help me to count it. So I'm gonna just type what I have, and once it's done, I will confirm and close my register. Here I have an error saying that the money doesn't match what it's expected. So why? Because as you can see on top, there is a difference of 25 cents. That can happen. It's most of the time is the case. So I'm gonna proceed anyway, and we're gonna see with Thomas how he can handle it.
So in that case, Rock, I'm going to play your accountant and show you what I'm going to review. So the first thing is that as a, let's say, Odoo accountant, I will have a full access to your database. And so as I have access to your full database, I will be able to check all the application and see everything that is going on in your company. The first thing that I want to do, even if I want to check the accounting, is not go directly to the accounting application. The first thing is that I'm going to your point of sale application. By going to your point of sale application, I will be able directly to check all the session that has happened during the day. Let's say that I want to check the session that you have just closed. So if I go on it, I will have a few overview of everything that has happened during the session, both directly indicated on the session, but also on the chatter. So have a view traceability to see what happened. So I can see that the register has been open. You made you made some sales. You made a cash out at of 2000. So I was supposed to see that on your cash journal and also in your bank journal when the money comes in. I see also that there is a cash difference when you close it. So I'm also supposed to see it in your cash journal. Also, as I'm working in the point of sales, as all Odoo's applications are interconnected, I will directly have access to the journal item and check what has happened, if there is any mistake or not. I'm not going to review all the items, but I just want to focus on a few of them. The first one being the general sales that you have made during the day. I can see that as we work together, we set up specific account on product category, making sure that there is a distinction in the revenue account. Second, I can check also that there are directly two lines that have been directly reconciled to the other. So I'm just now going to focus on what needs to be reconciled of its own. So I'm just going to add a quick filter and directly what needs to be reconciled. I can see that both lines that you made, so the 50-50 payment by card and by cash, have been directly reconciled to, well, the bank entry, and secondly to the cash entry, so everything is correct. And as you made the gathering event for Tesla, I can also see that it's not yet matched. Why? Because we have not received the money yet. So I'm done with the point of sale application. And now I'm just going to go to the accounting application and have a review of everything. The first thing that I want to check is that as you are working inside of Belgium, I need to be sure that all the invoices that you made in the B2B flow, so business to business, are sent through the PayPal platform. So I'm just going to check with the Tesla invoice that you just made. And I can see in the chatter that it has already been sent in the PayPal platform to be directly redirected to your customer. So everything is fine there. So now let's just focus on the cash. First thing, I can see that even if you just close your register, I can see that everything is directly reconciled. So let's just have a look at it, and I can see that there are three lines that are linked to today's session. The first one being the cash out that you just made that has been directly reconciled to the suspense account. And then I can see that the payment that you just received has been also set up directly in the cash, and that the difference at the closing has been already set up to an expense account too. So everything is reconciled. The word is great. Now, let's just see on the bank. I can see on your bank that you have three items that need still to be reconciled, and we are just going to reconcile them together. The first item that I need to reconcile is the payment from Tesla. They pay quickly. It's really good. So I just need to click and just now have the new bank view of Odoo. And I can see that Odoo first has identified the Tesla customer. So it's great. And secondly, that you have two invoices to reconcile. I'm just going to click on reconcile and be able directly to select the good one. As I'm just going to select it, I can see that the balance has directly been updated, so I make sure that it will be directly fully reconciled to the item. When an item has been reconciled, I can see this green indication mentioning me that everything is correct. Secondly, the second operation that we have is the bank contact deposit that you just had. So basically, your payment supplier that provided you with the money and took a commission on it. So I see that there is a commission. So what I'm going to do is directly reconcile it to the right entry and using a shortcut to directly put the commission on the right account. And as always, the item has been fully reconciled, so everything is correct. Lastly, the bank transfer. So the cash came in the bank, so I'm just directly going to reconcile it directly to your cash entry. And as you can see, in a few clicks, you or I will have the possibility to reconcile directly your whole entry. There is no more need to do the double work in that case. So, as we just saw the first flow, we are just going to talk about the second pain point that you face, which is the lack of integrated business insight. Can you please explain it to me?
Yes, so thanks for the demo. It's true that if you have a restaurant, it can be really difficult to manage everything at the same time. Because how do I know if I have enough waiters for the day? How do I know if my food costs are covered by what I've earned today? There is a lot of different information in different places, and it's kind of difficult to have a real-time a view of the real-time data and then make real-time decisions.
So the solution here will be directly to act all your decision based on integrated data. As basically, Odoo will offer you a lot of reporting options, such as such report directly into some application, some AI tool also, but directly to dashboard application where you have a better overview of what is happening inside your company. So Rock, your turn. Let's go with a small demo.
Okay, so now let's jump directly into the report and the real-time informations. So here I'm in my point of sale application, and I can see that for my tea room, all of my open orders, what has been sold and what's ongoing. But I want to know more information. So I'm going to use the AI tool on top. And as you can see, I've already created a prompt, and I'm going to reuse it. And while it's loading, I'm going to explain you what I've asked. So I've asked the AI to create a pivot table of all the POS orders showing the total sales amount by cashier and by sessions. So it's still loading a little bit because the Wi-Fi is always a bit complicated. And now, as you can see, there is now I see the report with all of my employees, and I can see who sold the most. So based on that, I can keep track of what they sold, and I can maybe reward them. But I don't want to lose this report. So I want to insert it in a spreadsheet and directly inside a dashboard. I'm going to call it employee sales, and I'm going to put it under the section of sales. Okay, so now that it's saved, let's see how and where it will be, where we will be able to see it. So in the application dashboard, under the sales tag, we'll now have the employee sales. If I click on it, we will retrieve the same report that we just created. So thanks to Odoo and the customizable dashboard that we can create, the different tables that we can create, I can create as most as tables that I want. For example, the cost and revenue that I've created in a few days back. I can see here the margin, for example, calculated based on the revenue, the food cost, the employee cost. I can see also below all of my sessions and with the price, the cost, and the effective margin. I can see the same with the product on the right, and then see which product can be the most profitable. So what Odoo is offering also is different report that is already been created. So here you don't have to do anything, and you will see all of those information that's gonna be how to say real time.
Created out of the box, I want to say.
Exactly, out of the box and in real time. So every time you will sell something, it will be there directly. So now, before going to the last pain point, I'm gonna quickly close my register so Thomas can go into the last pain point. Hop.
So they are just making sure to close the last session to make sure that all your sales will be included in my VAT. So basically, you have the hand on what I will be able to see.
So, demo. So now that we've closed the different registers, let's introduce the last pain point, missing the big financial picture. So it's difficult to know at any moment where my restaurant stands financially. Instead of having a real-time overview, I spend most of my time sending documents to my accountant, and but at the end, I still have missing papers, mistakes, and numbers that don't match. So I need some help on that.
And I think that this will be on my hand to help you with
Exactly.
that. So
I
in
hope so.
that case, you see that we will be able to automate your accounting and you will be able to reconcile in real time. Because basically, as the accounting application is connected to all other applications that you have, your point of sale application. I know also that you also manage your stock directly in Odoo. Everything will have an impact on your accounting application, and so I will be able to provide you with some real-time data that will help you to proceed with some good decision. I hope so. So, Rock, this is accounting. Let me just handle the demo and show you how it works.
Thank
So
you.
the first thing that I'm going to do is go to the dashboard of the accounting application. I can see that in that case, I have nothing to check. Everything seems okay. I just maybe want directly to have access to the tax return. As you can see, I have now a brand new tax scheduler with all the VAT that we have worked together. So I'm just going to take action on the next tax return that we'll have. That will be the one of September. I can see that based on this new feature, I will have now checks that are automated or manual. So I will be able to check everything. I can see that there is still a draft entries that needs to be reviewed. So I'm just going to have a view at it. And I can see that it's a bill from Tintin Inc., one of your suppliers. So I'm just going to confirm it, check that everything is correct, the right VAT. So I'm just going to confirm it and go back to my VAT return. As you can see, everything has now been reviewed, so I will be able directly to validate your VAT. Before that, as you book your bills of your own, I'd maybe want to check if something is correct. So I will have a lot of report to help you with that. But I want directly to check on the VAT return and check if the grids are correct because they are directly populated with the right information. I can see that you made an investment, so maybe I'd want to check that there is a right investment account and the bill is still present for a computer of yours, so everything is correct. Secondly, the last thing that I want to check is in the sales. I want to be sure that the sales that you made on your point of sale has been included too. So if I go to the due amount, I can see that there are entries linked to your point of sale. So everything is directly taken care of. Now I will just proceed with the tax return, so I will be able to validate and proceed with the tax entry. By proceeding with the tax entry, Odoo is directly going to lock the period, so basically will not be able to proceed with any input that will modify the VAT. But if needed to, I can still maybe proceed with an exception on a lock date if there is a modification that needs to be processed. Now that the VAT has been validated, it will need to be submitted. And once it's going to be submitted, we have submission instruction. So basically, as an accountant, I know them, but as an entrepreneur, it can be really helpful. So maybe you will be able to directly deposit your VAT on your own. I'm going to mark it as submitted. I will have a QR code that will help me with the VAT, but I'm your accountant, so you will still have to pay the VAT in that case. So I'm just going to send it to you, making sure that you will be able to send it with some payment instruction or the QR code if you want to use your bank mobile app. So as I send it, I can see that the mail has been sent directly in the chatter, so everything is correct. Lastly, we spoke about a financial overview of the company. There is still some operations that are missing. For instance, the inventory valuation. Thanks to Odoo 19, as you are handling your your stock management inside of Odoo, I can directly proceed with an inventory valuation based on the cost that you have set up on your product. I will just directly generate the entry, post it, make it sure that it's going to be included in the situation, and provide you with a good report. So I will go to the financial situation, a report that I have created, and directly import it to your document application. So basically, I'm going to import it in a PDF. And basically, Odoo is going to compute a big PDF with all of the reports directly in it. So as we are speaking, I did not have the Odoo is so fast, I did not finish my speech, but I'm just going to notice it to you, making sure that you will have the right information. So, Rock, now that we are done. Let's just have a big recap of everything that we just saw. That managing your restaurant with Odoo become more simple, and you become more financially transparent.
So we have one tool, one integrated tool that covers everything: the quotation, the different invoicing through PayPal, and your accounting. And with the reporting, now with Odoo, everything is centralized. All of your sales, the stock, the cost, everything. So you can make now real-time decision based on those informations.
And lastly, based on everything that you just did, I'm able to proceed with the accounting. So, Rock, efficiency start now, and you're in.